Yo, what's up? It's your boy Mr. AC, and what I got for you guys today is going over primarily, and we are on year number, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started with the 2006 question. Let's go ahead and get rolling. So first things first, what are we giving here? What type of second FTC style FRQ? Well, go ahead and take a moment to read it. Okay, so what I did here is I just wrote them out for us because with the practice that we've been getting, I'm hoping I can kind of go through these just a little bit faster, and then we'll kind of hopefully pick it up from there. Now, going through part A and part B here, one of the things that I want to show you, which is very important, is GF4, they gave us the expression right here. So all we got to do is take the 4, plug it in for the X value, and then we plug it into the upper bound. Now, what do we need to do? Well, we need to find the area under the curve from 0 to 4. Well, you can see this is going to be a little bit of a tough one. We have a triangle here underneath from 0 to 1. There's a triangle here. This triangle here and that triangle there, these two cancel each other out. They're the same. So all we need to do is find this right here. Oh my God, that's the worst rectangle I've ever drawn. Another really bad one. All we need to do is find these two, this right here and this right here. This right here is 1 times 2, which is 2. Now, that good thing I went over that because this should be 2 right here, right? 1 times 2 is 2. That's basically just length times width of a rectangle. And then we're going to get 1 times 2 divided by 2 because that's the area of a triangle, and we get 1. So then this should become 3. So G of 4 should be 3. Now, if we go to do the next part, G prime of 4. Well, I know this may be annoying because we have to do this every single time, but we need to take the derivative of G. Derivative anti-cancels out. We plug this into our function. So G prime of X equals F of X. We plug in our 4. Well, G prime of 4 is just F of 4. Well, what are we given? We're given the graph of F. So what is F of 4? F of 4 is in fact 0. That is the Y value. So 0. So done. 1 point. 1 point. And let's move on to this one right here. So when we go to this next one right here, now this one, we're going to take our second derivative. Well, the second derivative is G double prime of 4 equals F prime of 4. And really, we're given the graph of F. So we got to take the derivative of 4, meaning we make our tangent line. Ooh, that's a bad color on this line in particular. Well, our tangent line is actually just a straight line. Well, what is true about the slope of a straight line, the instant speed, is the derivative here is just the slope of this line because it's just a straight line, right? So I just need to do rise over run to get the instant slope right there because my tangent line is a linear function. Now what I did was I labeled 2 points, this point right here and this point right here over in this section. And I'm going to go ahead now and just do rise over run. Y2 minus Y1, so 0 minus Y1, 4 minus 3, and we're gonna get negative 2 because 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Negative 2 divided by 1, negative 2. So there is our 3 installments right here to A, boom, right there. Now let's go ahead and go to part B. Does G have a relative minimum or a relative maximum or neither at X equals 1? Justify your solutions. Well, to find whether G has a relative maximum, we need to know what G prime changes from. Well, we already know G prime of X equals F of X. Well, first of all, I need to find when it's equal to 0. Well, G prime of X is just the graph of F. So when does the graph of F have Y values of 0? It has it here, 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 and here. But notice that it's not talking about all 4 of them. It's asking specifically at 1. Well, at 1, what does it have? Well, we go to 1, right? Anything down here is negative. Anything up here is positive. So if I go to 1, this changes from negative to positive. Negative to positive, I drew it right here. This is a relative minimum. So then I'm going to go ahead and write, and I'm going to write it down like this. G has a relative minimum at X equals 1 because G prime of X equals F of X. Why do I keep making that mistake? I don't know why I put a F prime there. There we go. Because G prime of X equals F of X changes from negative to positive, and I can finally conclude that there, and that kind of just tells me right here, we're done. We're done with part A, and we're done with part B. Let us move on to, well, part B. one of the things that we're going to do here is we are going to skip part C momentarily, mostly for the fact that in order for us to really understand this all the way through, I need to do like a separate little mini lesson with part C. And so just bear with me. I'd rather make sure that we have an understanding on like 98% of the problems that we're going to do. And then if time permits, I will talk a little bit about part C. Obviously, it's just a really random question that I highly doubt is likely to show up on future exams. So nonetheless, we're going to move on to 2008. We'll catch you next time.